Karen gets sent to the hospital. Disclaimer, I don't write all that good and on mobile, so do forgive the typos and mistakes. Karen, we all know what they're like. They or I equals me. Cop 1 and Cop 2. Manager. And worker. It had started off as a good day until I went shopping at the local safe stay. With what's going on in the world, I was determined to not linger and moved on about my shopping with purpose, not lingering anywhere unless I had to, such as in the case of pausing to read a label. I did pause to help one elder lady who asked me politely if I could get something off a top shelf for her. It was my mistake. I turned to go back to my shopping when I heard him, "Excuse me," the call of the wild Karen. Before I even turned, I popped out the words, "I don't work here, never did." Turned as I spoke, and there before me was a living mem, every inch a Karen. "You helped that old hag," she screeched, "so don't try to tell me you don't work here. Helped her because she asked politely for my help, you rude old witch. Like you are rude, so you can just toddle off and take care of your own shopping. And by the way, I don't work here," I said sharply to her. Turned and went back to my shopping, steadfastly ignoring her screeching and yelling. She followed me all the while screeching for a manager. Worker approached to see what was going on, and she yelled, not asked, full-on yelled at her to get a manager immediately. The worker scuttled off, not wanting to deal with an irate customer to find a manager. Can't hold her to any blame here. It didn't take long for a manager to show up. She, the Karen, started yelling how I was rude to her and refused to help her while at work, blah blah blah. When she was informed that I'm just another customer, she went bat crap crazy and got much louder, insisting that I do work there and she saw me helping someone else. It was then she made a huge mistake. I turned and stepped a few feet away to grab something I was getting anyways, when she screeched a wordless "re" and charged after me. She made a grab for me, determined to see me punished for not being her servant of the moment. I dodged her easily and stepped aside, letting her rush past. When she did, she tripped and fell flat on her face and didn't immediately get up. I never touched her. She did it to herself. If that were the end, you all know I wouldn't have posted here. By the time she started to stir the police and an ambulance had been called, police arrived first within 5 minutes, so must have been nearby. They were checking her over as best they could without moving her when she started stirring and trying to get up. Of course, she tried to say I shoved her and assaulted her, but the manager had already told them what happened. They would view the security footage when she had been seen too. She was a mess too, bloody all down her front once she was able to sit up, probably from a broken nose or teeth. I'll update if I find out. I wasn't cuffed as I was being calm and not angry. Anything, I was concerned for her. The paramedics arrived shortly after and did their thing and hauled her off on a gurney. Last thing she yelled is that she was suing everyone, very loudly and very rudely. I pointed at the ceiling and said, "Security cameras, good luck with your suit." The police took a look at the security footage, got my name, address, and phone number and sent me on my way. I'm puzzled at how nearly everywhere I go someone thinks I work there. Most people are polite and even apologetic when informed that I don't work there, but some, they make shopping or getting out a hilarious and annoying adventure.
You're wearing scrubs, so you're a nurse? Hello all, first time posting here and on mobile, so forgive any formatting errors. So I work at a fairly large, fairly well-known cancer treatment center. You've probably seen commercials for this place. I am a scheduler, so I'm not clinical, but I do work in the clinic and often see patients after their appointments, so I wear scrubs. Each team's scrubs here are color coordinated so staff and patients know what team you're on, and it's a pretty good system. But outside of the center, they just look like everyday scrubs. You can probably see where this is going. I was grabbing some snacks for the office on lunch break at the grocery store the other day when I got a tap on my shoulder. I turned to see a lady with a fairly full buggy grinning at me. Let's call her Karen. "Hey," Karen says, "can you take a look at this spot on my son's foot? It's really been bugging him and it's super swollen and I'm just worried about it." I am confused, of course, but she points at this huge ace bandage she has wrapped around her toddler's foot. It does look big, but of course it is out of my range of expertise. So I explain, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not a nurse or clinical or anything. I'm a scheduler. She just continues to give me this condescending smile. But you're wearing scrubs. Yes, ma'am, I work in the clinic of this cancer center, but I'm a scheduler, not medical. You should take your son to a doctor or an urgent care if it's that bad. My easy and concise explanation went right over Karen's head. But you're wearing scrubs. Yes, but I'm not a nurse. I didn't know how else to reply because she just kept staring at me. So I repeated the thing about urgent care and went back to looking at chips. Karen was not happy. She blew up. Is this because of money? Can't you do something nice for a single mom? Aren't you supposed to help people? All you nurses and doctors care about is money. None of you give a damn about the patient. Another screeching of the like. I snapped, lady. I'm not a nurse. She continued her rant. Well, you shouldn't wear scrubs then. That's fraud. It's impersonating a medical worker. That's a felony. I bet you just want the attention because of the pandemic. You need to. I just grabbed my chips and walked away. I swear as I did I could hear her stomp her foot like a child. Not super climactic, but absolutely mind-boggling. I can see the confusion, but I have no idea what this lady's logic was. Literally no medical professional is going to give a diagnosis in the grocery store unless it's an emergency. I hope the kid is okay either way, though. He was very well behaved for a toddler who was probably in a good bit of discomfort. Anyway, thanks for reading and have a great day.
Hold on, did you miss the part where you are in my driveway? Apologies in advance. I'm not sure this is the right sub because technically I do work where this happened. And technically this person never explicitly said that I worked there. But either way, I'm definitely not a GPS. I live right between a town that has several major-ish roads and a town that, once a year, hosts a regionally major-ish fair. Animals, tractor pulls, smashy cars, live music, and fried everything, etc. My road connects the two parallel roads that join the two towns, so it's the start of a magical week full of idiots trying to find a non-existent shortcut and dumping their trash at the end of my driveway. First day of the fair, meaning tomorrow, is when I'll find the traditional Chinese takeout box filled with urine and 6-spit bottles. I'm venting my rage at an old tree stump by my driveway when, lo and behold, an intrepid, middle-aged seeker of the Northwest Passage sails towards me in a particularly crappy Ford Ranger. Idiot, hi. Me, still swinging my axe if you're going to the fair. This isn't the road you're looking for. You should head back. Did no one ever tell you you should look at people when you're talking to them? Me realizes he's one of those types and takes a break. Nope. If you're going to the fair, this isn't the road. It okay. So how do I get there? Me, you should probably go back the way you came and get back in line. Idna was already there. I mean more like a shortcut. You do live here, so you know where those are. Neil, that one. Yeah, want to turn the other way out of the driveway. There will be another line of cars. Get into it. He'd wait, but no, I was already there. I mean a faster way to get to the fair. Neil, look, friend, there are 2 exits off this road. Take one, get in line, you'll get to the fair. He'd, wow, what's your problem? You're not very helpful. Me, it's not my job to help you. I told you what you need. Now please leave me alone. It, excuse me. I just want some information. Why can't you just help me? Me, I did. Or what do you want me to do? Rearrange a road for you. If you can't talk to me like that. Me, why not? I don't know you, and I don't want to. Get out of here. It, what did you just say to me? I'm just asking you for help. Me, and I told you what you need to know. Kindly go away. It, what the heck did you just? Me, hold on, did you miss the part where you are in my driveway? I'm not the fair's help desk, and I definitely don't owe you any favors. Go away. I don't know if it was what I said, the fact that I was slowly losing my temper and still holding an axe, or the siren song of Confederate flags and bacon-wrapped Oreos calling him. But that's when the spell broke. The idiot proceeded to gawk at me, then threw his truck into reverse and went tearing back up the driveway. He almost lost it, and would have hit the edge of the fence if someone else hadn't taken it out the preceding year. Something tells me it would have been my fault for leaving a tree somewhere he could have hit it. So I almost wish he had clipped something just to see what would have happened next. And sure, maybe I was a little too hostile at first, but expecting good customer service from random strangers is probably a bit much. Either way, I've since acquired a no trespassing sign. Edit, thanks for the award. Couple folks have recommended replacing the gate. The problem with that is that gates block me in two, and I didn't really care of that. Also, while it wasn't the case at the time, there's since been a stand your ground law implemented, so future incidents definitely can't have any escalation, axe or no axe. And while I do understand that they only apply in places where someone is legally permitted to be, and this had essentially turned into trespassing, I'd rather not take any chances on account of no amount of being right is a win when you're also being shot. Edit 2, clear labels, some grammar, etc.
Check out my other great videos.